The key to good customer service is building good relationships with your customers. The Zimbabwe Public Police, just like any other institution or organization, endeavors to offer the highest quality service to the public, deliver the highest professional standards in all its operations, as well as enhance maximum cooperation with you, members of the public. The Zimbabwe Public Police also calls for transparency and accountability in all its operations in order to create that formidable police-public partnership in fighting crime. It is the 7th of March 2021 and it is time for Crime Watch. Elliot Kudzai Ganyani is my name. As we start off this week's episode, we would like to remind Zimbabweans that despite the easing of the national lockdown regulations by the government, everyone is still expected to stick to the COVID-19 preventive protocols. Members of the public are still expected to consistently wear masks covering both the mouth and the nose, maintain social distancing, ensure social gatherings do not exceed the recommended maximum number of 50 people. Zimbabweans are also reminded to sanitize regularly or alternatively make use of soap and running water for washing of hands. Funerals must not exceed the stipulated figure of 30 mourners. It is disturbing that some people are still getting arrested for COVID-19 related offences, with a total of 2,769 people getting arrested on the 3rd of March 2021, taking the total cumulative figure of these arrests to 474,603. Talking of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Crime Watch crew was recently in Kariba, where they spoke to the officer commanding police, Kariba district, who gave an overview of their policing measures in as far as the COVID-19 is concerned.
Following the outbreak of COVID-19, the government of Zimbabwe came up with some regulations which are contained in Statutory Instrument number 83 of 20, which are aimed at preventing the spread of COVID. The people in Kariba are adhering to these COVID regulations, but there are some who at times choose to disobey those regulations. Recently, as we were enforcing the COVID-19 regulations, we arrested 7 commuter-owned bus drivers who were flouting the regulations of COVID by transporting passengers from Harare to Kariba, and they were all taken to court. We also arrested 3 people in Chirundu who were issuing fake COVID clearance certificates, and we took them to Karoi Magistrate Court, where they were convicted and sentenced to 4 months imprisonment or a fine of 20,000 each. Let me warn those who do not comply with the COVID-19 regulations that they will be arrested.
A call there to join the government in fighting COVID-19 by sticking to the recommended COVID-19 preventive measures accordingly. As we move on, the Zimbabwe Public Police would like to warn members of the public, especially young women and boys, to be wary of some social media posts, especially on Facebook and WhatsApp, where some innocent people are promised jobs and lucrative offers to universities and colleges in neighboring countries. Some of the suspects are Zimbabweans and others are foreigners who are using smuggling syndicates to take the victims outside the country through undesignated points. Victims are then sexually abused and subjected to all forms of ill treatment once outside the country. The ZRP is warning the culprits involved in these criminal activities that the law will take its course without fear or favor. Teens are urged to be careful on the internet and other social media platforms, treating everything, including peers' invitations, with caution, as these may expose them to various criminal syndicates. From those disturbing criminal activities, we are taking a short breather. Join us shortly. Welcome back. To those who are just joining us, we are in the second segment of Crime Watch. Thank you for tuning in. The Zimbabwe Public Police is concerned with the occurrence of robbery cases that have been happening across the country in the recent past. Viewers will be privy with a robbery case that happened in Harare Central Business District just over 2 weeks ago that led to the death of 4 robbers following a police robbers shootout. The Criminal Investigations Department in Norton have yet again apprehended 2 robbers, but not before they attempted to evade arrest.
As CID Norton, I confirmed the arrest of 2 accused persons who are part of a syndicate that had been causing havoc in our area of policing, whereby they've been targeting business people. They've also been targeting the traveling public. On the 4th of February 2021, they robbed the complainant of $8,800 at Govans. There happened to be a CCTV which captured them, and the CCTV actually assisted us in apprehending accused number 1 in Kuadzana. The accused person was arrested only after having tried to escape, and he got shot on the right leg, leading to his arrest. Upon being interviewed, he assisted the police in accounting for accused number 2, who would give them targets in Norton pertaining to people who have the potential of having large sums of money. During the course of our investigations, we also established that the 2 accused persons and 4 others who are still at large were responsible for the alike offences in Marondera, Meborin, and along the Harare-Chirundu highway. We are appealing to members of the public to assist us in accounting for the outstanding 4 accused persons. Following the arrest of the 2 accused persons, we managed to recover this unregistered Toyota Corolla, as well as this assortment of household property, with some of it having been identified by various complainants who enable us to link these accused persons to various other offences which they committed. We therefore encourage members of the public to put some identification marks on their property for easy identification in case it is recovered.
Still on robbery cases, there has been a spate of robberies which are being committed using private motor vehicles, and the Zimbabwe Republic Police Suburban District in Harare have set up a team to hunt these robbers down. Recently, the team pounced on these robbers following a chase and managed to arrest 1 person and impounded a vehicle.
Mu area medu me suburban district, especially in suburban areas like Meborain, Avunjo, Borodo, tirimusika macases ema robberies, ma TFC. Taka receive information a tip of vakune informer chitudza kuti kune mota inonzi Liberty iri mu area me Bluffview ne Ashton Park iri kufamba ichiropa 1. Tikamhanya kurekta that information, tikaona zveshuwa mota yechito iri mu area imomo, tikaibata taibata tikazokwanisa kubata 1 wacho unonzi Munyaradzi Butau, izvo zvari pano pamasales eMeborain. Takakwanisa kumubvunzisa zvakawanda wanda akazotipa information nezvevamwe nezvetimu yanofamba navo, vanofamba vari 4.
Meanwhile, the culprit is assisting police to clear several other robbery cases. As we move on, the incessant rains being experienced across the country call for extreme caution while driving, as rain can damage road infrastructure, thereby creating hazards for road users. The Traffic Safety Council of Zimbabwe visited one such hazard created by these rains in Headlands, Manicaland Province.
On 27 February 2021, Zimbabwe woke up to a viral social media post which was alleging that a bridge had been swept away on one of Zimbabwe's roads. The Traffic Safety Council, as the custodians of road safety, reacted swiftly by traveling to Headlands. After traveling a distance of less than a kilometer on the Headlands Chendambuya Mayo Road, the Traffic Safety Council established that it was in fact a culvert that had been swept away. Culverts are a feature that you find on many roads, as they are designed by road engineers to ensure that any runaway water that may be coming from an area goes underneath the road and maybe towards a river. In this particular incident, the culvert is meant to ensure that any water that is coming from the western side of the Headlands Mayo Road passes underneath the road into the tributaries of Mwarazi River. It was reported that 2 vehicles and 1 motorcyclist had unfortunately fallen into the space that had been created by the swept away culvert. We'd like to appeal to road users traveling to places like Chendambuya and Mayo to use alternative routes such as going via Rusape, past the DS office, past Inyati to Chendambuya and Mayo. We'd like to warn residents of Headlands and any other people who may be passing through that area to refrain from going so close to the open space and taking photographs. The danger lies in that as we are still receiving incessant rains, we may also have loose ground around that area, which may lead to people falling into the space, leading to loss of life or injury. We would also like to take this opportunity to inform any land developers and local authorities, be they urban and rural councils, to ensure that if they would like to change the use of land in a particular area, they should work in consultation with the Ministry of Transport and Infrastructural Development and the Department of Roads in particular, to ensure that if there is any water that may be affected by the new establishment, it should be diverted correctly to existing shelvets or culverts or the design additional ones, so that we don't have such incidents again. Meanwhile, the Office of the Provincial Roads Engineer Manikaland has established a crossing point upstream where pedestrians, motorcyclists and drivers of light motor vehicles may use in the meantime. Repairs are going on to ensure that the shelvet is replaced. Those who are using heavy vehicles should use alternative routes to get out of Chendambuya and Mayo.
Muswakaitika njodzi bridge kwakanaya mvura yakanga yakawandisa. Mvura yaingoflowa nepamusoro. Bridge richibva ratorwa nemvura. Kuchibva kwabva mudhudhudhu waibva nekumusoro. Mudhudhudhu iyoyo pawakauya, wakabva wasvikabva watopinda mumvura. Ndipo wakabva waenda kunononosirwa kuzasi uko. Wabuda panze. Ndipo wakachidzoka kunoku. Kuti wachiona kuti chii changa chaitika. Wachibva wamira kumhiri uko. Ndipo paibva kamwe kaHonda Fit kakabva uko kachitobva katobakidza malights. Wada kutira ukapa sign. Saka yakabva tokwidza maHonda ifunzwa kuti zvimwana ndwana tsotsi notanga amanero. Ndipo pakabva padonhera kaHonda Fit kayake mumvura. Kachibva katowerera bva kanonomirira kuzasi uko. Munguva diki iyoyo kwaibva Ford Ranger. Motikari yake chibva fly ndo yakaenda kunonorowa apo zoti padiki da yakanga yada kutofly kutopfuura bridge. Asi zvakazoramba. Mota ichibva yaweredzwa. Ichibva isvika yanonomira nechepazasi apo. Mota dzabva dzazodhonzwa netrakita. Vadzabuditswa dzichibva dzaenda. Ndo pakazoyo vamwe vakuru. Vaibva kuti ngatichivhurekai kabridge aka. Kanwa ndo kabridge kari kutoshandiswa izvezvi.
We take a short break. Join us in the third and final segment. Welcome to the third and final segment of Crime Watch, where we start by looking at the arrest of two people for theft from car cases in Bulawayo. The two were part of a syndicate which had been committing such offences in and around the city of Kings and Queens.
After receiving a report of theft from motor vehicle, we rushed to the shopping center and requested to see a CCTV footage of the occurrence and managed to identify a silver Toyota Alteza that belonged to a Dominic Zulu, alias Samta. We got a tip-off from an informant to the effect that the same vehicle was seen passing at a roadblock. We rushed to the location. At that time, the vehicle approached and was signaled to stop, but it could not stop. We had to cut to the chase and managed to apprehend and arrest the accused person. We searched the vehicle and discovered that there was a number plate ACK 6535 that had been in the boot. We vetted the number plate and discovered that the number plate had been stolen. The accused person used these number plates for the commission of various crimes such that they will not be identified by any police officer or any tracking system.
It is important to ensure the safety of gadgets or property left in vehicles at all times. Still in the city of Kings and Queens, the Zimbabwe Republic Police has apprehended one person and two others for selling liquor against COVID-19 regulations, as well as for illegally dealing in drugs.
We received information that accused was dealing in illicit liquor at Mayachula North in Bulawayo. We went to the accused's storeroom where he was keeping the illicit liquor. The accused's mother refused to open for us, and we had to place a guard for the night until the following morning, when we acquired a search warrant from Trade Court, Magistrate Court, which was granted. And armed with the search warrant, we eventually managed to gain entry into the warehouse. In the warehouse, we recovered about 520 cases of 30 units each by 200 milliliters of various brand cane spirits and vodka. Accused later on produced a wholesale liquor license authorizing to be in the business of supplying liquor to licensed premises. We then checked on his license on the specified premises where he should supply liquor from. And the specified premises indicated was located in Masasa in Harare. This prompted us to charge the accused with Section 50 in brackets 2 of the Liquor License Act, Chapter 14.02. It doesn't allow liquor license wholesalers to supply liquor from unspecified premises. In another case, we also arrested 2 accused persons for possession of crystal or methamphetamine, which is a dangerous drug, usually produced in clandestine laboratories. The 2 accused persons were found in possession of 5 sachets of crystal methamphetamine with a mass of 2 grams. The first accused person was taken to court, where he admitted to the charge and was fined 5,000 Zimbabwean dollars. We urge people not to deal in dangerous drugs.
Moving to police-public partnerships, the Zimbabwe Republic Police Bahrain has partnered its Crime Consultative Committee to organize a motorized crime awareness campaign in Madokero, Westley, Westgate and Bahrain suburbs to educate members of the public on crime matters in the area.
The awareness campaign came after observing that there are quite a number of cases of unlawful entry and theft which are happening in this particular area. And as a result, we had to team up with public relations officers for ZRP Bahrain together with members of Crime Consultative Committee so that we can go out and conscientize members of the public. In the wake of the COVID-19, we realized that the usual ways with which we used to carry out awareness campaign cannot suffice at this point in moment. So we had to devise a method whereby we had to find a number of motor vehicles together with a public address system which we used to carry out or to give out the information to members of the public. Our information was to do with unlawful entries and theft, where we told the members of the public that they are supposed to ensure that at dusk, that is after sunset, they have to make sure that the windows are securely closed and the doors are also locked. This would ensure that there is no chance of any person getting into the house without being noticed. And also we observed that most of the unlawful entry cases which were happening in this area were being perpetrated by people who were breaking some windows which do not have burglar bars. In areas around Westgate, we were talking about illegal vending as well as the boarding of the commonly called mushikashikas, which are the private non-passenger vehicles which are being used by members of the public when they are doing about their business. We told the members of the public that they are not supposed to use these mushikashika vehicles because most of the people who have fallen victims to some robbery cases, they were using these mushikashika vehicles. And we also gave members of the public this warning that when they are employing gardeners as well as maids, they are supposed to come to the police station and make sure that we get them vetted, a service which they get for free. So we view this campaign as a resounding success, and we also would like to thank the members of Crime Consultative Committee who ensured that this campaign was a success.
Wesley has been hit the past couple of months or so. There's been so much crime in this area. So we are here on the ground today together just to give a crime awareness in the area, so that people are aware of how to mitigate against crime.
As we move towards the end of the program, here are some people who are on the police wanted list. Philip Chimwaya of Damiso Village, Chief Negomo Chiweshe, is wanted by Chombira Police in Mashonaland Central Province for stock theft. Still in Mashonaland Central Province, Chombira Police is looking for Tide Chimpitsi, age 29, of Mudzonga Village, Chief Makope Chiweshe, for a case of attempted murder. Moving to Matabeleland South Province, Gwanda Police are looking for Simangaliso Sibanda, aged 50, of house number 6205, Karika, Gwanda, for fraud. Lastly, Ishmael Gimbo, aged 22, of house number 32766, and Tumbane Bulawayo, is being sought by ZRP Gwanda for armed robbery. Should you have information that may help the police in locating any of these wanted persons, feel free to contact any police establishment across the country. We are also contactable on any of the following details. Visit our website address www.zrp.gov.zw or email us on feedback@zrp.gov.zw. Link with us on our Twitter handle @Police Zimbabwe. We are also accessible on our YouTube channel, Zimbabwe Republic Police. If you fail to reach us through any of these communication channels, we have a national complaints desk number, which is Manda 24/7, ready to offer you service at any given time, and the number is 0242 703 631. I'll take that one again, 0242 703 631. The Zimbabwe Republic Police, policing for peace, economic recovery and prosperity in pursuit of Vision 2030. As we pursue this vision, all police officers will give all you customers a full measure of your service. The Crime Watch crew, and indeed the other Zimbabwe Republic Police as a whole, says, be responsible and law-abiding citizens working together with your police service to create that tranquil and crime-free nation. My name is Elliot Kudzai Ganyani. Until next time, do take care.